Andhra Pradesh nu innovation la hub ga desaniki tech rajdhaniga తీర్చిదిద్దుతామని IT మంత్రి Nara Lokesh స్పష్టం చేశారు. కుటుంబానికి ఒక్క పారిశ్రామికవేత్త అన్నదే తమ ప్రభుత్వ లక్ష్యమని తెలిపారు. ఈ లక్ష్య సాధనలో భాగంగా ప్రముఖ సంస్థ RRP Electronics Limited రాష్ట్రంలో 10,000 కోట్ల భారీ పెట్టుబడి పెట్టేందుకు ముందుకొచ్చింది అని లోకేష్ వెల్లడించారు.
We need to think through the nuances as we go about doing what we are supposed to do in this industrial revolution. See, as a state, we are talking about energy transition. It's easy said than done because wind speeds predictability, cloud formations, so solar efficiency, then your ability to sort of pump up traditional forms of energy to sort of give the transition, especially with data centers that require higher reliability, is a big challenge. And that is exactly where we're using AI. Our ability to predict, understand this. In terms of state, we are one of the very few states, and I was actually quite pleasantly surprised that I had counterparts in Australia at the state level who have something called Minister for Customer Service. It's similar to what we are trying to achieve in real-time governance, is how do you deliver governance at the doorstep of the citizen whilst keeping in mind the entire data that we are able to capture and give a much more predictive analysis. So a great example of that is how we've handled the recent cyclone, which we thought will be a lot more intensive, but our ability to understand where it's going to land, the speed at which, the track, we were far better than the other institutions out there because we have over a period of time built those data sets, we are able to hone on those data sets, and that will again be very core to us as we go forward. So as a state, we are continuing to collect the data points that are relevant for us to ensure better governance delivery. But then yes, we also have to keep in mind the ethical framework on how this data is going to be used and not be used against underprivileged sections of the society. So that's equally going to be important. And that is why we have something called the Core Data Authority that has the framework in place to ensure that this is not used against them. But then honestly, I think all of us sitting here are just trying to understand what is AI, its implications on humanity and how it's going to change our lives here. Definitely 5 years from now, maybe the 35th Partnership Summit that we're going to do here, I think we'll come back and reflect on whether we got our predictions right or we were off. I think because all of us here are pretty much guessing where we'll be 5 years from now. I think we need to think through the nuances as we go about doing what we are supposed to do in this industrial revolution. See, as a state, we are talking about energy transition. It's easy said than done because wind speeds predictability, cloud formations, so solar efficiency, then your ability to sort of pump up traditional